Hey, this is Dell with another episode of Boxing Chat with Dell. Let's go ahead and start off today's news segment with some news that broke out today. Marquez versus Alvarado. It's official for May 17th. It's going to be in the Forum in Inglewood, and it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a homecoming fight for Marquez. He's fought there many times in his career, early on in his career more so, and 12 times to be exact. 12 fights he's had there. The first one being back in 1995. So it's going to be a kind of cool little throwback for him. Kind of bring back some old memories. And the winner of this fight is going to face Pacquiao versus Bradley winner. So there's a huge incentive. Both of them are coming off losses. Marquez to Bradley and Alvarado to Provodnikov. So it's going to be a good fight to get back on winning streak. Many people think that this is just a tune-up fight for Marquez, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be a really good fight, and I will get into more in-depth detail analysis of that fight, each fighter, and how it could go later on as the fight draws near. Let me just read a quick quote from Mike Alvarado's manager, Henry Delgado. Quote, "Mike is so excited. We have been training already for 3 weeks. Marquez has always been on our radar, and he is the one we always wanted to fight. This fight is our redemption to all our fans. Mike knows how important this fight is. We plan to relocate our training to Los Angeles this weekend. What a fight, with such a reward to fight the winner of Pacquiao versus Bradley." End quote. Yeah, so they're excited because they can get a world title shot, and for Alvarado that's a big deal. He let a lot of people, his fans, he let a lot of his fans down when with that performance, because he just looked poor in that fight. He struggled to make weight, and I guess this is his time to get back on it. I mean, there was a lot of things coming out after the fight about that he was feeling the pressure of being the champion, all the publicity and all the attention, and it got to him. That's coming from his camp, and he wasn't focused on training. But now I guess they're really motivated, and they want to win. So it should be a good one. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to today's weigh-in results. Of course, today was a weigh-in for the Garcia versus Herrera fight card that's coming up tomorrow. Let's go ahead and start off with the first weigh-in results. Ponce de Leon, he came in today at 128 pounds and 3/4. He is the former, super bantamweight champion and the former featherweight champion. So he has 2 belts in 2 different divisions, and he is 45-5 with 35 knockouts. He's only been stopped twice, and he is fighting Juan Manuel Lopez, who came in today at 129 pounds. He's also a former super bantamweight champ and the former featherweight champ. So these two guys they know each other very well. This is a rematch. Juanma beat De Leon and took De Leon's WBO super bantamweight title. So Ponce de Leon is very motivated to win. He wants that payback. Juanma's record 33-3 with 30 knockouts. He's been stopped 3 times. So all his losses have been come by knockout. Alright, the next one. Malik Scott weighs in today at 238 pounds. He is the WBC ranked 23 contender. Ranked number 23. It's pretty low. for, you know, the record he has, 36-1 with 13 knockouts, been stopped once. Um, he's a good boxer, and he knows Deontay very well. These guys are friends. I mean, there's no hiding that. But they want to knock each other out, which is a good thing. They could be friends after, but during the fight, hell no. You guys gotta rip each other's heads off. Deontay Wilder came in at 227. He is number 3 WBC ranked. The WBO number 4, WBA 5. So pretty high up there. Of course, he's 30 wins, 30 knockouts, and it's going to be a good fight for both. Deontay Wilder admits that Malik Scott is the best fighter he's ever fought. Up to now, so he knows that he hasn't been fighting high quality opponents, but he is an Olympian and he has a medal, so he is good. It's just time for him to start stepping up. If he beats Scott, he can't go ahead and start fighting fucking cab drivers. He's gonna have to keep stepping up from now on if he wins. And the main event, Mauricio Herrera came in at 139 and 1/4 pounds. He is ranked number 4 in the WBA and number 10 in the WBC. Danny Garcia came in at 139 and 3/4 pounds, and of course he is a unified champ. It's gonna be a good card. It might be the best card of the year. Who knows? These are really good fights. People are kind of sleeping on this card, but it's gonna be a good fight. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start the boxer breakdown. Boxer breakdown is, I break down the boxer's records, their styles, and where are they really ranked at, because the rankings, you know how those rankings are. But yeah, just break down their records, break down them as fighters, and see where they're at coming into the fight. Let's take a quick look at Mauricio Herrera's career real quick. Somewhat. Okay, these are the numbers of his opponents. These are the totals of all the opponents that he's faced. Look, all the opponents that he's faced, their wins combined to 331 wins with 186 knockouts. The opponent's loss totals, 89 losses, 27 losses by KO. Now, if you can see by those numbers, so if you combine them, 331 with 186 knockouts, 89 losses with 27 losses by knockout. Fighters that he has faced, 20 with winning records. Losing records, just 1. And that was in his second pro fight. He's faced 2 former champs. And in those fights that he's had, 4 were undefeated. His first loss was against Mike Anchondo. Herrera was 13-0 at the time, and he was stepping into the ring with Mike Anchondo, who was 29-2 with 19 knockouts. And was stopped twice. He went in with a guy that's has a lot more experience than him, and he went in there and he got his first loss, but he bounced back and of course went on to win some more fights Went to face, Ruslan, Mike Alvarado, Mayfield. He's got a lot of experience. Like I said earlier in the week, he has 10 more rounds than Danny, 162 rounds of boxing. Danny has 152. So we know that he's going to bring a lot of experience into this fight. He's going to be looking to, of course, throw a lot of jabs, box from the outside. He's not a real come forward fighter, but today he did say that he was going to bring it to Danny here and there, here and there. Because of course, to beat the champ in his home, you have to take the title. You have to take it from the champ convincingly. So he's well aware of that. But you're gonna be looking for him to be, jabbing a lot, boxing, and he's going to, wait for Danny to come in. Let's go ahead and move on to Danny's breakdown. Danny Garcia's breakdown of his career. Alright. The opponent's wins. The total is 496 wins with 314 knockouts. Opponent's losses total 159 losses and 62 KO losses. He has fought 20 fighters with the winning record, 4 with the losing record, and 3 with even record. Even record means, they have even wins and losses. There's a lot of experience here. Of course, he's a champ, and he has not been fighting bums, which I've heard from time to time that Danny just fought a bunch of nobodies. According to these numbers, he's fought guys with a lot of good wins, and of course he's fought 5 former world champions. Okay, what Danny has to do in this fight, he's gonna have to do something he hasn't done in a while, and that is go after the other guy for the whole fight. The whole fight. We know Danny, he comes to fight and he will take the fight to whoever he's fighting, but he does that in spots when it's the right time. He likes to counter. He likes to time you, and he also likes to come forward when he knows it's the right time. This time he's gonna have to go forward the entire fight, because Herrera will not come to him. Herrera is going to box from the outside. He's going to, he is good at boxing backwards. Herrera is good at boxing going backwards. He could do that. He likes to fight off the ropes. So Danny's going to have to go after him through the entire fight. Herrera did say that he was going to, take the fight to Danny. And when that happens, we're going to be seeing some really good exchanges, because they both have, really good chins. And can Danny, put the pressure on for 12 rounds? If it goes 12 rounds, I'm pretty sure he could. He's a young guy. He has a lot of experience. He's gone 12 rounds before, many times. So it's just a question of, can Danny, bring the fight constantly to Herrera for the entire night? That's going to be the question, and I'm sure he will. People are sleeping on this fight. This is a tune-up fight. This is a tune-up fight. I mean, if you look at Herrera's numbers, like I just said earlier, he's faced, good opponents, very good opponents. I mean, extremely experienced guy. I mean, he has not been fighting bums. I mean, 20 of his opponents had winning records. 1 had a losing record, and 2 were, making their debut. So, and he's faced, 2 former world champions, and he has faced 4 undefeated fighters. He's not afraid to take a loss. He's not afraid to get in there with someone with an ugly, weird, complicated style. He has a lot of experience. Like I said earlier this week, you know, he has 20 wins with 7 knockouts. So you know he could box. He doesn't have the power, but he could box. I mean, that right there tells you that he can. You know, I mean, how else would he get his wins? You know, he's got to know how to box. So I'm sure he's well aware that his power isn't there, but his boxing ability is there, and that's what he's confident in, and that's what he's going to bring to the fight. I think it's going to be a really, really competitive fight. People are saying that it's just going to be easy for Danny. It will be easy for Danny if he makes it easy. If he sits around and waits for Herrera, I mean, it's going to be a real sleeping ass, boring ass fight. But Danny's going after him. I have a feeling he will, and I'm pretty sure he knows that he's going to have to. Plus, he's got to put on a good show for his fans, and it's going to be a good fight. The whole card is going to be good. It's going to be a hell of a card. And my prediction to win, I got Ponce de Leon stopping Juanma late in the fight. Possibly could be a decision. As far as the heavyweight bout, I think Wilder's going to pull it out. I'm not sure he's going to get the knockout, which is okay because knockouts aren't everything. He's gonna have to box. He's gonna need to box. He's going to want to box because he wants to show that he is a boxer. He's not just a knockout puncher with a hard ass right hand. He wants to show everybody that he can box. So don't expect Deontay to just go after him. We're gonna find out what he's made of for real in this fight. With that being said, I got Deontay Wilder winning by unanimous decision. And as for the main event, I got Danny. And it just has to do with the fact that, you know, he, you know, being a young champion, he's only 25, but at 25 years old, you know, he's got a lot of experience. He is going to press the attack. Along with that, he has the ability to time his opponents as well, just like Herrera. When Herrera decides to take the fight to Danny, you know, it could be either one or two things. Danny just goes in there and exchanges with him, which he is very dangerous at. If you exchange with Danny Garcia, you're probably going to get knocked the fuck out. Or he'll just time you. Doesn't need to throw blow by blows with you. He'll just time you with a good shot and catch you. I guess what it really comes down to is Danny has more tools, and I think that's going to be what is going to give him the victory. I'm not sure he's going to stop Herrera. Herrera's never been stopped. He has a hell of a chin. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does late, you know, maybe the 11th or 12th round. So those are my official predictions. That's going to be it for today. Tomorrow, of course, I'm going to have a post-fight reaction to the whole card. And so go ahead and check that out tomorrow night. And thanks again for tuning in. See you later.